Alok Devkota, and we have another guest here, Marina Bhargava, CEO of Greater Austin Asian Chamber of Commerce. So I would like to welcome all of you here in this program, and I'm very hopeful that this program will be very beneficial for us, for our community, on understanding about the capital markets and the small business development. And further than that, I would like to introduce here our guest, Alok Devkota, who has been working in investment field more than 10 years, and he is featured in Forbes.com and Fox News for his outstanding performance in stock market and investment opportunities. So he manages various kind of portfolios. Sorry. Okay, so another our guest speaker is Marina Bhargava. She is CEO of Greater Austin Asian Chamber of Commerce, and she has been actively working in Chamber of Commerce since past 6 years with Greater Austin Asian Chamber of Commerce, and beside that, she was engaged on Asian Family Support Service previously, and she was associated with Greater Dallas Asian Chamber of Commerce also. Today's our topics are stock market, retirement saving, financial planning, and small business development. I'm pretty sure that we all are here to listen more from our experts. That's why I would like to hand over my mic to General Secretary Vidur Khatiwada to move on our agendas. Thank you.
Thank you. धन्यवाद। अब यसै क्रममा हामीले यहाँ उपस्थित हुनुभएका विभिन्न महानुभावहरूको चाहिँ एक्सपिरियन्स आफ्ना अनुभवहरू सुनाउने उहाँहरूले सुनाउनु हुनेछ यहाँहरू सबैलाई। यसै क्रममा मैले रवि काफ्लेज्यूलाई आफ्नो अनुभव सेयर गरिदिनु हुन, रियल इस्टेट बिजनेस इन्फर्मेसन प्रोभाइड गरिदिनु हुन अनुरोध गर्दछु। प्लिज वेलकम हिम।
Namaskar. Thank you for the opportunity, and in fact, it's a great pleasure to say a few words about what we have on the Austin real estate market. And in fact, it's not been a long history. I have been involved in this particular profession, and we have done a few projects till now. We at first started with a very small, it's 1 acre lots, and then we did a group investment with the 5 acre lots, and the recent one we have done is the 68 acre lot. So this is like, the trend is going slowly, it's going smooth, and we have found a great opportunity here. And yes, I think that if we have an investment, if we do investment in Austin market and the Austin periphery, then we will certainly make a good, it will certainly be a good investment. We'll certainly make a good profit out of it. And again, the thing is about the real estate is, what happens is, it doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes it might happen if you are really lucky, but always it doesn't happen. It might take it needs a patience, it might take 3 years, 4 years, even 5 years, 6 years. But what happens is, during that time interval, you will certainly gain a profit. It's a proven thing. We have seen back from Nepal till here that in whatever the investment we do in the real estate, it never goes down. Maybe due to the flow, sometimes it may go a little below, but again it will rise, and we have seen that trend. And as we know, in Nepal it's really crazy right now. And I find the Austin market is also similar. So I would say Austin market is Austin has a very good perspective on real estate. And yes, I took help from two of my friends, Barbara Colvin and Brian Haas. Barbara for residential and Brian for the commercial real estate. And they have helped me a lot, and I hope they can help you guys also. Thank you.
Thank you, Ravi sir. अब यसै क्रममा आफ्नो अनुभव सुनाउने क्रममा आउँदै हुनुहुन्छ तुलसी दुलालज्यू। उहाँले पनि आफ्नो केही शब्द यहाँ हामीमाझ सेयर गरिदिनु हुनेछ भन्ने आशा गरेका छौँ। आउँदै हुनुहुन्छ तुलसी। ओके, धन्यवाद उहाँलाई पनि। अब आजको हाम्रो गेस्ट स्पिकर हुनुहुन्छ मरिना भार्गवा, CEO of Greater Austin Asian Chamber. Please, I would like to welcome her in the guests. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Good. I'm so happy to be here to just tell you a little bit about the chamber. So the Asian Chamber is a membership organization. So there are members, but we're really a community organization too. Yeah, I'm short. I always have to move this around. Our programs fall into 3 types of programs, and what we call ACE, ACE. So we advocate for the Asian business community. We connect people who want to connect to you, but we also connect you to other people. And then we have education. So once a month we do a workshop at the Asian American Resource Center on Cameron Road. How many of you have been to the AARC? Very good. If you haven't been, you should go. They have really amazing programs there. So we do a workshop at least once a month there. And we do basic business, and we do how to get certified. So if most of you are Nepali, if you're Asian, you can get certified as minority. So if you have, say, a painting company business, and you want to do business with Pflugerville School District, right? They build a school, they have to paint it. You can get certified as Asian American, and that will help you to get contracts. It doesn't guarantee, but it helps you. So those are the different things that we do. The Chamber has been in Austin since 2012, the Greater Austin Asian Chamber, but there were 2 Asian chambers before. It's been in our community for over 25 years, so we've been here a long time. But those 2 chambers merged in 2012 to make this one. I've been with the chamber since 2013, and I work there. I'm staff. I get paid there, and there are 5 of us who work at the chamber. So I want to make this more interactive so that you can ask me questions and I can answer them for you before I, talk about how you can get involved with us. How many of you own a business? Awesome. And I actually have a question.
I have a question.
Yes.
So does the chamber give information about investment and how to invest, or what kind of information or education do you guys do?
The education is related to business. So not so much of investment because that's more personal, but we've done workshops on, say, how the tax law was passed, or there are tax advantages that you can for your business that can save you on the taxes that you have to pay. So those are the kinds of workshops we do. So like when you start a business, you have to think, am I going to incorporate? Am I going to create a limited liability corporation? Or am I just going to do it sole proprietorship? So we'll do a workshop. We'll get one of our CPAs to come and actually talk to you, like what are the advantages of one versus the other. So those are the kinds of things we do. We've done workshops on like when you start your business and you're doing well, it's time to hire your first employee, you want to do that correctly, right? Or marketing, that's another big thing that we do. We always have marketing workshops. So the website is austinasianchamber.org. So if you actually go there now and look at the calendar, I have a workshop coming up on getting on Facebook and Instagram for your business. The last workshop we did was on commercial leasing. So if you run a small business and you're finally ready to open shop, you need one to rent a building or a space. We had a workshop on the leases that you sign, how to understand it, okay? Pretty complicated if it looks like you do commercial real estate. So did I answer your question?
Yes, I think.
Yeah.
So do you guys have like kind of advisory, kind of advises and gives?
Yeah, it's where we try to give the advice that we can, but we are not attorneys and we're not CPAs, so there are certain things that we can't advise you. For those things we have to refer you. So if I'm not, which I'm not an attorney, but I start to give you legal advice, I'm actually breaking the law, right? So I'm going to refer you to somebody who can actually provide that service to you. And a lot of our members who are attorneys will maybe offer like the first consultation for free, and that way you can get at least some information so you know what your best approach should be.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Anything else I can answer for you? So, yes.
If I want to start a minority-based consulting firm, what are the opportunities that I can get compared to other general consulting firms?
Yeah. So you want the only benefit to getting certified is if you are going after that market that recognizes the certification. So all governments recognize this. So the city of Pflugerville, actually I'm not that familiar if this city has a program, but definitely the city of Austin has what they call SMBR, Small Minority Business Program. The state of Texas has a program. Theirs is called HUB, HUB, Historically Underutilized Business. So there are many of these different levels. So if you want to do business, say, with the federal government, there are a lot of like IT consultants, for example. So you can get certified at that level too. So first you have to decide who you want to do business with. ACC, for example, has a program. TxDOT has a program. So you can get certified. So then what's the advantage, right? When you do business with these people, the agencies, how they do it is they will put out what they call a request for proposal. So say Pflugerville ISD says, I'm going to build a new school. They will actually say, we need contractors to build this school is 20,000 feet, etc., right? So they have a bunch of things that they want to, that they need for this school. Then you as the general contractors or all the prime contractors will look at this list of things, the proposal, and then you will write out like, okay, so I'm Marina Bhargava, my company is Bhargava Construction. I have been in business 20 years. I have built 5 schools. And you tell what you can do. And then at the bottom you say, and the cost is, $20 million. And then there's the one little piece that says, who are the minority companies that I will give this work to? So I'm not going to do the whole thing myself, right? I'm going to subcontract some of the work. So then I will say, and by the way, I'm going to sub the plumbing to Raj company, and he's minority. And I'm going to sub the painting to so-and-so's company, and they are also minority. And this company is a veteran company, and this company is a woman-owned company, okay? So when you fill out this proposal back to the agency, they will score you. It's like, oh wow, 20 years, that's great, 20 points. She can do all these things. So how many points. And then at the bottom there, you get extra points if you can subcontract to minority business. So that's the advantage. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Additional question on that.
Mhm.
Do I need to be shortlisted? And for example, if I engage some work in Texas DOT, do I need to be shortlisted in that Texas DOT, or I don't need to? I just can get that from the prime consultant.
You have to get certified for all these different things, and that's where you come to me. Like I have my business card. I'll give it to you. I have a business program managers all that. So we will help you to get certified. Once you get certified, that's just the first step. Then you actually will list yourself.
I understand that part.
Okay.
Registration with the Texas department, that's the standard process.
Yes.
CFD company.
Good, you're familiar.
My question is, for the work to get from the Texas DOT, do I need to get shortlisted before even getting from the South?
No.
No.
Anybody can apply. The big thing is it's all relationship, right? So if you're not big enough where you are going to respond to that proposal, you want to be good friends with the prime contractors who are going to do that.
Not necessarily the shortlisted from that Texas DOT or whatever the state agency or the city or.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have many different programs, so some of the things there might be a short list of what you're saying, you can get pre-qualified for certain things. It just depends. It's a bit complicated. Yeah. But not, in general, no. Okay. So let me talk, sure.
So question for, you said minority business only, right? How does that work? Does it have to be a small business only, or it counts all businesses?
There is a limit, but usually when you're starting off, you will qualify. It's very political. So the dividing line is actually Pakistan. So Pakistan, you are considered Asian, but if you're from Afghanistan, you're not. Nepal is included. When you start, then there's for some of the programs, there's a certain number of years that you are considered underutilized. Then once you get to a certain size or a certain number of years, then the agencies think that, well, you've been doing this already and you're already successful, so you don't need this extra help. So the chamber this year, my current chairman, his name is Yen Yang, and he's very aggressive. He wants to grow the chamber. So we have this campaign to grow to 2020 representatives by the year 2020. So because of this goal and campaign, we call it Together to 2020, we've created this business association membership. So associations like the Greater Austin Nepali Society can become a member of the chamber. And then all of you, because you are members of the society, you become members of the chamber too. So if you are interested in, becoming a member, then you want to let Raj know about that. It's very affordable. Business association membership dues are $150 a year, and our membership runs on the calendar year, so it's prorated, so it's $100 right now. And that $100 the society joins, but all of your members get to be members. We just need the name and their email. So think about that, something to consider. And then so what you might ask me, well, what is the benefit of joining, right? So the benefit of joining is when we do our events, members usually get in free or for a lower cost than non-members. So I'm going to have, like if I have a networking event, you're free to come, but non-members have to pay $15 or something. All the ladies, we have a women's club, so it meets every other month for lunch. You have to be a member. So instead of you joining personally, if you are part of the society, then you can come. What else? The society will be listed on our website. So if you run a business, you might consider becoming a member yourself, because then you get listed on the business directory. So if you go to the website and you're looking for a realtor and somebody who's Nepali even or Asian who understands, what you're looking for in a house, you can put the keyword real estate Nepali or something like that. Then you will pull your business up. So those are some of the benefits that we offer to our members. We get requests for information. So we want to give our referrals, of course, to our members first. So that's another benefit that you get. Okay, so
What kind of businesses you like more involved on this, whatever the Chamber of Commerce, like what kind of you see all type of business or non-profit, profit, what kind of business?
I have all kinds of businesses. So, individual people. I even have professionals who join the chamber because they just want to network. So they don't even have a business. But Samsung, Austin Community College, some big companies are part of the chamber. They're actually my corporate partners. The industry where I have the most members actually are restaurants. And this is because I have a sister website called Asian Eats ATX. And if you run a food and beverage business, then you get listed on that website too. So a lot of people feel like, well, it's you have to join at the professional level. It's $150 a year. Most restaurants feel like that's worth the marketing dollars for that. But I have engineers and they're all industries in the chamber. And you don't have to be Asian to join, so I have a lot of non-Asian members as well. They just want to connect and want to be able to come to events and not pay every time they come.
So is this for marketing purpose or like is there anything other than marketing? What's other objective of Chamber of Commerce, like other than marketing, like for non-profit organization and profitable organization?
You're right. A lot of it is for exposure and marketing. So food and beverage, you get on that one website. If you're a creative business, so if you do dance or you paint, you actually get your own. There's one page where I put creatives because the city of Austin wants us to help creatives thrive in Central Texas. So go back to my programs, that ACE, A-C-E, that's really what all the benefits are and what we do. So that education piece I've talked about is, workshops. And if you have questions, you call us, we will try our best to answer for you, or we will try to find the information or connect you to the right resource to get that information. The A part is where we advocate for the community. So when the city of Austin puts out a new ordinance, say paid sick leave or something, we will actually ask our members, what do you feel about this issue? And then we will go and advocate at the city council and with the mayor and tell them, look, our community, they are very concerned about this law. They are going to be, this is how it's going to affect them. So that the city understands what the ramifications are when they pass certain laws or certain regulations and ordinances. We are part of this community, right? City of Austin, Asian Americans, we're 9% of the population. So we work here, we live here, we contribute to the economy. We need to tell them what we think. We matter. So advocacy is a big thing that we do at the local level, at the state level. Right now, the state legislature is in session. So they're making laws that will impact businesses, you guys, impacts all of us. So in February, we got a delegation of all the Asian businesses in Texas, and we visited our representatives. And I was just in DC last week talking to our legislatures at the federal level about the specific needs of the Asian community. So those are the big three things that we do.
So is there any for non-profit, I'm talking for non-profit, like for example, if we want to do some projects, right, and we present your proposal on that. So is there any financial assistance, or you can show us a way of getting some kind of financial assistance to complete that proposal? Is that kind of any scenario over there?
Right now, I don't have a program where I'm giving funding to anybody. It just depends on what funding I get myself, right? So I actually did a pitch competition, and people pitched, and they moved to the final round in Houston, and the grant money that I received, I actually gave each of the winners $500 to cover their costs to go to Houston. But what you're talking about, nonprofit, and maybe depending on what it is, if it's cultural funding, the city of Austin has a ton of cultural funding to give out. So this is where we come in. We know all the resources that are available. We want to tell you so that you can then access it. And I will actually help you with letters of support. You know, I will write, you give me the information, I'll actually write, okay, Greater Austin Nepali Society has been doing this great work since, 2013 or whatever. This is the population. Right now, there's nothing in the city of Austin that's culturally being offered for this community. So I will write those things for you, and then you can submit that grant, and we will help you with that. But we are a connector. Think of us as a bridge between mainstream and then the Asian community. Like I told you before, the advocacy piece, we try to be your voice. So we try to hear what your opinions are, and we share it to the city. And then the city has all kinds of things happening. A lot of it is resources. So we share that back to you so that you all can access and be really engaged in the community that you are part of. Make sense?
Thank you for
Yeah.
that. And how you bridge, like, do you work with, there is another Chamber of Commerce, right? Austin Chamber of Commerce. So do you work something with them too?
So in the city of Austin, there's the main chamber, the Austin Chamber, and then there's us. There's a Hispanic chamber, the Black chamber, and the Gay and Lesbian chamber too. Those the four ethnic minority chambers, including the Gay and Lesbian, they're not ethnic, but they're considered minority. We actually work together. We do programs together. So coming up in June, we will do an industry forum. In April, we did something with Cap Metro. In the fall, we will do a job fair. With the main chamber, the main thing that I do with them is I support what is called Opportunity Austin. So Opportunity Austin is like the marketing for the city of Austin. If any of you live in California, so Opportunity Austin is they go around the country and they actually recruit businesses to come to Austin. So I support that program with the chamber. If they're recruiting a company from Asia, or if they're recruiting a company that wants to know about the minority communities, then I will sit in on those meetings and then inform them about, how big our community is. I can connect them to the Asian community. This brings me to the last piece that we do, which is the international piece. So we have a contract with the city of Austin. And with that contract, this chamber supports the region's international relationships to Asia. So once a year, we take a delegation to Asia. So in July, we're going to South Korea and China. There are I think 6 formal relationships that we have. So Oita in Japan, Gwangmyeong in South Korea, Lahore in Pakistan, Pune in India, Hong Kong, Singapore. Yes, I think I've covered them all. China, I think we haven't formalized it yet, but China is such a big economy, so we will probably be doing that. We're just trying to figure out which city makes the best sense to be a sister with Austin.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you also. Yes?
Yes, so I have one question. So we talked a little earlier, so you told that, for an example, if a city in Nepal wanted to be a sister, kind of relationship with the state, you can also help on that, right? We can
Yeah.
also help us to explore how we can set up this kind of relationship between cities and between Austin and any city in Nepal.
Yes. In Austin, the sister city relationships are handled through the Economic Development Department, and I'm happy to connect you on that. It's a very stringent program. It takes 2 years, and there's all kinds of activity that needs to happen. So, but yeah, I'm happy to do that. The other cities around Central Texas might have a similar program and might be easier too. I'm not sure, Raj, your community, Nepali community, do most of you live in Austin proper or in the different cities?
In Austin, Cedar Park, Riverview, like spread.
Yeah, okay. Well, I have my card. I'm going to leave a bunch with Raj. So, get it from him. I hope I hear from you, and I hope that the society decides to become a member so that I can see you at the events that we're doing for the rest of the year. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can I ask you one question?
Sure.
Kind of late, but I'm not sure if you covered this or not. Do you guys provide some training or some seminar, especially for the small businesses?
Yes.
Or especially those businesses that are trying to establish a business?
Yeah.
Do
So
you guys
we,
provide that on a regular basis?
I actually have a workshop about starting a business. I do that at the Refugee Services of Texas. If you want me to do that, I'm happy to come back and actually do that for you. Or you can just call us and make an appointment and come in, and we will do a one-on-one with you.
That's a good thing.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Marina Bhargava, for sharing us with your information. And यसै क्रममा म आफ्नो अनुभवहरू सेयर गरिदिनु हुनको लागि जेनी पाठकज्यूलाई अनुरोध गर्दछु यहाँ आएर आफ्नो स्मल बिजनेस सम्बन्धी केही इन्फर्मेसन दिनुहुन अनुरोध गर्दछु। जेनी पाठक।
Thank you very much. Namaste, Austin, Greater Austin. My name is Jenny Pathak, and I am the owner of a small business. It's a clothing business. It's called Maya's Desi Boutique. I would just like to start out by saying that I'm very happy that we've all gathered here in order to talk about the needs of our community. And even within that, within the business spectrum, that's incredible. I do wish we had more ladies in the audience, because 2 of the business that I run, and I'll talk a little bit more about it in just a bit, pertains to women. The 3rd one that we just launched pertains to all human beings, and it has to do with food. So Maya's Desi Boutique, it's an e-commerce clothing company. But lucky for our Austinites, we also have a home presence, a presence here in Austin and also in Dallas. My journey is actually quite interesting because I'm a social worker by profession. I am a Longhorn. I got both my bachelor's and master's degree here at UT Austin in social work, and I went on to working with refugees here in the US, and also abroad in Ethiopia, in Kenya, and Rwanda with the United Nations. And I just returned back recently because, it's tough to be away from home and from family for too long. So I've decided to be stateside and kind of ventured into the business side of things. I think from the people that I see here, it seems like most of us are business owners already. So since I'm just starting out, I would like to share with you guys 3 things that I have really learned to appreciate and use in the businesses that I lead. So the first one is hard work. It's quite obvious, but of course, hard work is so important in any field that we are in. But I didn't realize how much more one has to give into in order to lead a business. I'm a small business owner, and I run a clothing boutique, so I find myself doing all kinds of things. There's the marketing side of it. I model my own clothes. I do the sales myself. I ship the stuff myself. I work to build customer customer relations myself. So it's really interesting because my days are never planned. It just seems like I'm doing all kinds of random things in order to make it work. And it's fun, but at the same time, it's crazy. And yet, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep working hard. The second thing that I think is very important and that I've found to use and appreciate is teamwork. So my team, my business partner is my mother. She's there in the back. And I along with her and my family, basically my husband, I basically call him my assistant because he's the one who helps me do most of my stuff. But it's really important to have a very strong team in order to lead your vision forward. With clothing, it's just crazy because you have new things coming in every season, so you gotta go with the flow, you gotta keep moving with different styles, and for that you need a helping hand. So I'm very thankful for my mom, my husband, my sister, my parents, and everybody that I work with who make it so much more fun and exciting. And then the third thing that I'd like to talk to you guys about is patience. Oh my God. There are days when I do big sales. I could make a $5,000 sale in a weekend, and then there are other weekends where I may not sell anything. And so it's interesting because if you're not patient, running a business can be very tiresome and frustrating. So I think these three things are qualities. Perhaps I've learned to further nurture and enjoy as I run my business. So Maya's Desi Boutique is one. The other one that there are two that we recently launched. We've just started doing brows for free. So ladies and gentlemen, all of you are welcome. We will also be putting our clothing, some of our clothing items at the brow studio. So please do come and check us out. And finally, I'd like to speak very quickly about the catering service that we just launched. It's called Hamro Bhansaghar, which basically means our kitchen in English. So we provide catering services and for all your special occasions. I have some business cards which I will leave here. If you guys have any questions, I'll be in the back. But thank you very much. And Bose Uncle, I hope to see more ladies next time around. Thank you.
जेनी पाठकले आफ्नो अनुभव सुनाएर जानुभएको छ। उहाँलाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद। अब यसै क्रममा आफ्नो अनुभव लिएर आउँदै हुनुहुन्छ राजेश घिमिरेज्यू। राजेश घिमिरेज्यू
रेस्टुरेन्टमा अलिकति भन्नु रेस्टुरेन्ट
Please.
एकदम सक्सेसफुल
come join us.
रेस्टुरेन्ट बिजनेसम्यान just few words is very successful in restaurant business, so I'd like to hear something from you.
नमस्ते सबैजनालाई। मैले भने कुराहरू सबै अघि नै हाम्रो उहाँले नै भन्नुभयो, कुनै पनि बिजनेस सजिलो हुँदैन। हार्डवर्क डेडिकेसन यो चाहिँ एकदमै चाहिन्छ, प्रपर प्लानिङ। ढोका खोल्यो भन्दैमा मान्छे आउने हुने हुँदैन, त्यसको लागि प्लानिङ, प्रपर प्लानिङ हुनुपर्छ, मार्केटिङ यो सबै हुनुपर्छ। अब त्यो जोकको हिसाबमा साथीभाइहरू मिलेर बिजनेस खोल्नुभन्दा पनि प्रपर स्ट्राटेजी, प्लानिङ, लोकेसनहरू, प्रपर मार्केटिङहरू नगरिकन हुँदैन। अनि मेन कुरा त्यही हो, हार्डवर्क। म बिजनेस ओनर भन्दैमा इजी मनी चाहिँ होइन, यु बी द वर्किङ सबैभन्दा बेसी। आज सबै कुरा ठिक छ भने नि के बिग्रिरहेको हुन्छ, नयाँ प्रब्लमहरू आइरहेको हुन्छ, कहिले पनि पिस अफ माइन्ड चाहिँ हुँदैन। कति बेला बिजनेस स्लो हुन्छ, कति बेला एकदमै हाई हुन्छ। त्यही भएर पेसेन्स भनेको एकदमै इम्पोर्टेन्ट हो। त्यही यति नै हो, रकेट साइन्स होइन। कुनै पनि बिजनेसमा चाहिँ प्रपर प्लानिङ, डेडिकेसन भयो भने गर्न सकिन्छ। त्यही नै हो। धन्यवाद।
राजेशजीलाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद। अब
अनि तपाईहरुलाई कसैलाई केही बिजनेस सम्बन्धी शेयर गर्न मन छ And if you like want to share anything and you are involved in small businesses, you can share here your thoughts. हामी सेयर गर्न सक्छौँ. कोही इन्ट्रेस्टेड हुनुहुन्छ भने भन्नु होला त्यसमा.
हामी अब एकछिन ब्रेक लिन गइरहेका छौँ. हामीसँग अलिकति सरी okay.
You want to?
It's welcome.
Hi everyone, I'm Barbara Colvin with 98 Floridian Real Estate Sales and Marketing Group. And I am here, I have a handout for you. It just tells you a little bit about what you need to know about real estate investing, some information and cash projections. A lot of people will ask, what is a good investment for real estate? And obviously, it depends on if you want to go residential or on the commercial side. Sorry about that. So I put in here an example of a potential property with a new construction. It depends on if you want to go new construction or resale, the area, location, how much you want to invest, and sometimes when you're purchasing at the beginning, I've had investors and clients that will, before closing, they have gained equity because of the pricing increases and that. So I think you'll see as you flip through some of the things that are echoed that, you need to have a great team member besides you in real estate. And that is a realtor, someone that is a good lender that can help you with that. The realtor will walk you through the process. The lender will handle and help you with your finances. And so a lot of people think that as a realtor that I get involved in your specific finances, and I don't. What I need is a letter from a lender saying they're pre-qualified for this amount. I listen to your criteria, and then we go and we do what I think is the fun part, and that's shopping for what you're looking for, but also making sure that the numbers work out to, and I think on the last page on this one, that you're making a positive investment and a positive cash flow. And even if it's a small amount at first, we all know that real estate's a good investment and it's going to increase. So a couple of rules of thumb, follow a successful investor. I've worked, if I can say, I've worked with Robbie and several of his friends and associates, and it's been, just a blessing and an honor to walk beside them and provide them information, ask questions. I don't give out information just to, or I won't say something unless I know that it's factual. I don't have a problem saying, I'll get back with you. Let me check that out and verify that, because I don't want to say something just to say it. Let's see. And as a real estate investor, when you have tenants and that, there's a qualification that process that goes with them. Of course, I counsel investors on residential to just go with a one-year lease at the beginning to make sure that it's going to work out between you as an owner and investor and the tenant, that they're going to be a good tenant and it's going to work out. Because the last thing that you want is someone to be in one of your investment, residential properties, and they're a nightmare tenant. And so there's steps that we go through to make sure that they're going to be a great tenant, or you only have so many months left and then you can get someone else in. So I put just an example on the very last page. It shows the things that are important, of course, the price, the percentage of down payment, and all, the percentage of down payment is gonna be, you know, obviously between you and then what you work out as far as rates and that with the lender. There's a handful of lenders that I can direct you to. I'm happy to do that, and then as you follow down, you know, you wanna make sure that what is the market rent, and does it make sense, and are you considering, you have to consider the maintenance, you have to consider what is the HOA, what is the insurance for the property, and at the end of the day, you know, at the end of the bottom line is, does it make sense now, and is it gonna make sense, you know, in the future? So many people will, like say, well, I want to be in this area, or I want to be, in fact, I'm working with an investor now that she's wanting to be, you know, she has X amount of dollars and she wants to be in the downtown area. And so we've kind of slowly started moving out because over time, you know, as I'm showing her, you know, the rent and the, you know, the bottom line and the numbers are just not making sense for her in her situation. So we've gone out a little bit. So it depends on, you know, if you go with a new construction home, well then as an investor, you're gonna have at least, or a newer one, I should say, you're gonna have at least less amount of repairs and things like that. So you should be good as an owner and for a while, and then to where you're not gonna have those repairs. But I'm happy to have a lot of, excuse me, I'm not used to doing this, but I'm happy to answer any questions, whether it's, you know, right now or afterwards. You know, I've been in the business for many years, and then I'll say I'm an education geek. I have several, you know, designations, and I love helping people, and that's where my heart's at.
Thank you, Ms. Barbara Colvin, for your information. अब कसैको केही क्वेसनहरू छ भने अथवा जिज्ञासा केही राख्न चाहनुहुन्छ भने राख्नु होला। हामी 10 मिनेटको ब्रेक लिँदैछौँ यसै बिचमा।